Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're all well. Welcome back to the channel. It's Tuesday afternoon. Look at that beautiful sunset. Yes, you join me on the banks of the River Tyne, and just opposite are Dunstan Staithes. Now, there's a reason why I'm doing my video down here. One, I said this morning when I posted my lineup, what mine would be for tonight. I would justify the reasons for my selections. And two, 1 year ago today, I started this channel, and it was down in this business park where I work. Just before I started work, it was the early hours of the morning, and this is exactly where I started recording. Well, there or thereabouts. So I thought, once I was finished today, I wanted to get in a video down here, just so it can come full circle. I can't believe it's been a year already, and I just want to start off by saying thank you to every single one of yous. I mean, honestly, I don't even know where a year's gone. And if you also do your own channel like me, whether it's video recordings or you just post other types of content, you don't even realize a year's gone. You don't even remember when the anniversary of the channel is, because I started it last year and we played West Ham at home, and I believe we lost. And I thought I was a bit of a jinx to begin with, because we didn't win for a few games. I remember it quite well. I just want to say to every single one of you who have subscribed and also interacted, honestly, a massive thank you to every single one of you, because I wouldn't have these channels if it wasn't for you. And it actually proves that I know what I'm talking about most of the time, because why would he be following us? So I just want to say, honestly, a heartfelt thanks. Thank you so much to every single one of you. And here's to the next 12 months. We're into year 2 now, but yeah, I can't believe where a year's gone. It wasn't even me who remembered this morning. It was my best mate, who I've known all my life. He actually said, yeah, you started a year ago today. And he's like, do you not even know? I'm like, no, because when you're in the thick of all these games at the moment and you're posting regularly, you don't even think about dates. So he had to remind us, and then he joked that he's been trying to get me channel shut down for a year. Yeah, prick. Anyway, let's get on to tonight's game. Now, I said this morning this would be my lineup for tonight, and I just wanted to explain the reasons for it. So look, I don't think there's going to be a formation change. I tried that before we played City, but Eddie Howe stuck with his 4-3-3, and it was justified. We were excellent. We deserved to win. And that's because Eddie Howe knows what he's doing, and he's getting paid the big bucks. And that's why he's an elite football manager. So he'll stick with that tonight. I want to set that out to begin with before I say anything else. But then, going into the goalkeeper. Now, look, I've backed Nick Pope all season. He's been great, the amount of clean sheets he's got. And he didn't do much wrong on Saturday. But I just want to see Aaron Ramsdale get his chance, because one, I think we're doing all right in the league phase at the moment. We're currently in the automatic promotion spots to the knockout stages. We wouldn't have to go through the playoffs. And I still feel Everton's bigger on Saturday than tonight. So I just feel it's a chance to give Aaron Ramsdale a chance, because he's on loan as well. And if he's not going to get the opportunities, yes, they're two great goalkeepers, but if you're not going to play him other than the Carabao Cup, then he'll be thinking, what am I doing here? And tonight, European games are more technical, and this is going to be a very hard game. I remember it 21 years ago. I was crushed when we didn't get to the final in Gothenburg, when Drogba down, because we lost Woodgate at the start of the first leg. And then there was then the first goal that they scored, the Velodrome, was when Bernard pushed forward. There was only one man back, and Drogba destroyed him one-on-one. I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was Aaron Hughes. But anyway, yeah, I'm hoping we can exercise some demons tonight from 21 years ago. That crushed me, and I thought we were going to finally end with trophy drought, get to the final, which obviously Valencia won. But for that reason, I'd play Aaron Ramsdale just for his technical ability on the ball. I think he'd be better suited. Give him a chance tonight. What's there to lose? Because it's a game I don't expect we to win, in all honesty. Look, I've took 2-1 on a prediction, but that's really going with my heart. If I go with my head, I think it'll probably be a draw, and I'll be happy with a draw, because then if we get a win against PSV on the final home game on the penultimate match day of the league phase, then I think we'll be at least in the playoffs, or possibly in the knockouts. I think we might only need 4 points out of these remaining 4 games, just the way it's gone. And Marseille are about 25th in the league phase at the moment. Going into the defence, I think it'll be, well, look, I've been toying so much. Would it be Dan Burn or would it be Lewis Hall? Because I think at least 3 of the defence will be the same. Tino Livramento will remain in the team tonight, solely for the fact that Kieran Trippier's still out with his hamstring injury, and also, well, Emil Kraft. I just, look, what he's done great, but I don't even need to go into the reasons for why I would not play Emil Kraft in such a big game tonight. Centre-backs, that's going to be the same. I would keep it as Fabian Schär and Malik Chow. They were both excellent, solid, the way they pocketed Haaland on Saturday. So there's no disputing the centre-backs tonight. Look, yeah, Botman's been a bit out of form, but I'd still stick with those two. It's not saying Botman's bad. Just because a player's out of form doesn't make them bad. But yeah, I'd stick with those two. Left-back, this is where I've been like humming and hawing. I want Lewis Hall to start. Now, I know he came off with cramp on Saturday, and it was a worry. But it's just cramp. But again, I know Eddie Howe will be cautious with him, wrapping him in cotton wool. We haven't got a great left back to back him up with. And that's not on Dan Burn, as I've said before. Dan Burn's just doing a job there, but he's a left centre back. So what do you do tonight? Do you play Lewis Hall? Hopefully we'll get a foothold, we'll get a lead with something to defend, and then bring Dan Burn on. Or do you start Dan Burn, but then that limits we're going forward, because he's not someone who's going to get forward all the time at 33, no matter how much he likes to see can. And then that'll limit the winger, so it'll nullify on one side. So I know I'm sticking with Lewis Hall. I know he came off with cramp, but it's not an injury, it's just cramp. I reckon he could get through a bit, and then if we've got something to defend, then bring him off for Dan Burns. So I'd go Ramsdale, Tino, Shaw, Chow, and Lewis Hall. Then midfield, I'd keep Bruno and Tonali. Look, Tonali only played one game in the international break. They didn't want him getting suspended for the playoff game. So you don't drop him, and he could be in the 8 again. He brought that brilliant energy against City in the attacking areas. Then Bruno, I think Joe Linton's the one I'd take out, just because another player could offer something more, and I'd keep Joe Linton for a physical battle away at Everton on Saturday. So I'd keep Bruno in there, but Bruno's someone again who could come off if we've like established a lead, if we need to see the game out. So I'd start with Tonali in the 8, Bruno in the 6, and then maybe, just because Marseille might have more of the ball, the crowd, they've got the home advantage, play him and Miley in a double pivot. Miley never plays bad when he's alongside Bruno. Those two go so well together. They work in tandem. So I'd play a midfield 3 of Tonali in the 8, Bruno in the 6, Miley alongside Bruno. And then the attack. Well, the attack for me, it would be Anthony Elanga on the right, because he's got that pace. And look, Murphy's been great. Does Elanga deserve to start over Murphy? No. But with all the games we've got coming at the moment, squad rotation's vital. Eddie Howe spoke about it in his press conference before this game. So I'd bring in Elanga, and then he's got that pace. If we are penned in and we need someone on transition, he can get forward. Nick Viltamara's obviously the obvious choice at centre forward. We've got no one else to go there. I don't even want to entertain the idea of Gordon being at number 9. Now, the controversial option is at left wing, and I would go with Anthony Gordon. Now, you might say I'm mad. Harvey Barnes has scored 3 and 2. You can't drop a player who's in form, just find his rhythm and his confidence. But look, I know I've talked about squad rotation, but this is where you've got to try and find the balance. Harvey Barnes is the one I'd love to go with, but thinking ahead, Everton is arguably bigger, because it's not going to make us so worse off if we don't win tonight. I'm being realistic, they haven't lost at home this season. Marseille, I think they've won 5 and drew 1 of their 6 games. Sorry. Thank you. So I'm just thinking ahead. And remember, Anthony Gordon as well, he doesn't perform, does he, against any Merseyside club? He never does against Liverpool. Normally gets red carded. And then against Everton, well, remember the penalty miss at Goodison last season. So I just think Gordon steps up in these big games, and I think Barnes will as well. But again, it might come down to who's at left back. If Dan Burns is at left back, I feel like Gordon's normally the better option on the left when Dan Burns there. But if it's Lewis Hall, then I would plump for Harvey Barnes, because Harvey Barnes, when he's got that overlap in fullback, creates the space for him because he likes to come inside. He's not someone who really gets down to the byline and beats a man and pulls it back. So yeah, it depends on who's left back, who would be at left wing. But I'd plump for Gordon because he's been good in the Champions League this season, not domestically. So that's why I'd plump for him. And my prediction for tonight, well, I'm going to give you 2. Like I said, head and heart. If I'm going with my head, I'll say 2-1 to Newcastle. If I'm going with my heart, I think we can get a point. I think we can get a point tonight. So that'll be my 2. If it's going with my head, it will be 1-1. if it's going my heart, I reckon we can get a 2-1 win. And then it means Leverkusen's not such a big game in a couple of weeks' time, and I'm looking forward to that. Seeing all the fans in Marseille, it looks excellent. Big Nick Valtemade, I'll get a goal. And if Gordon starts, I reckon Gordon will get the other one as well, because he has stepped up in Europe this season. He seems to be a big game player. But anyway, that's it from me for now. Like I said, it was just a quick video. I didn't want to go on too much. I need to go home and get changed, because I'm going to town to meet some mates at 5 o'clock to watch our match. So thank you so much once again for everyone who's interacted and subscribed to all my different social media channels this year. It's really appreciated. So here's the year 2, and thank you so much for watching. And like I've just touched on there, please like, please comment, please subscribe, and let's hope Newcastle United can get a positive step tonight and take another step closer to the Champions League knockouts. And I will see you on my next video. That's going to be recorded after tonight's result. I'll give my opinions on it, whatever happens, win, lose or draw, and that'll be uploaded either very late tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Just before I go, one last shot over the River Tyne. Look at that, absolutely beautiful. Let's hope that means we're going to win tonight. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.